And we are back with Josh Cooke with Raise the Grade, talking to you about all kinds of best practices in your kitchen, and he's taking your questions. One of the questions that came up is, where do I find a rating for a restaurant and why they got the rating?
Gotcha. So most ratings you can find right online. And so it's kind of a quick Google search. It's probably the easiest way to find it, to be honest with you. There is a website that actually has kind of all of them listed pretty much statewide across, if you ever want to look at the ratings. And you can sort and filter by area, rating, that kind of thing too. So all of that is available for you to, again, just right online. Now, as far as what the scores mean, kind of the simplest way to kind of explain it to folks too. So, it's a risk assessment score. It's really, so it's not really a sanitation score. Think of it as a risk assessment score because that's what our health inspectors are coming in to check. It's based on the risk. And so kind of as Tammy and I were talking a little bit before, it's when I go in, so the scores could be a multitude of things. It might be some of the dumpsters, a dumpster door being open. You can actually lose points off of your sanitation score for that. Things flooring. So not everything in the score is really food related per se. I think there are actually much more indicative things to look for when you're going into an operation. It gives you a good idea of the standards that are really kept within the operation too. So Tammy agreed with me there. The restrooms, right, are certainly a big one. You can tell if they've been touched, in a while. And a lot of times it's little things. It really kind of gives you a good idea of, if they're keeping up a good standard, these are good standards set where I can see they're maintaining that same standard where I can't necessarily see as well.
Gotcha. So put my name on the list, go straight to the bathroom and make sure I actually want to eat there.
We'll take that. Absolutely. Yeah, soap, paper towels, we need those kind of things. So.
Gotcha. Okay. This person's asking, how long can you freeze ham after Easter?
Gotcha. And so honestly, after Easter, right, or any holiday, any food that you are going to freeze, technically you can freeze it for as long as you want, as long as you have electricity until it starts to thaw out. So freezing really stabilizes, little pathogens, bacteria that could be on the food items. So it's pretty much indefinite, to be honest with you. With freezing, it really comes down to a quality issue. A lot of things after 6 months in the freezer, they kind of start to, little fibers and things start to deteriorate. So you can still eat it and eat it safely. It probably just won't taste as good.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's dispel one of the rumors or myths that people seem to have passed down from generation to generation. I'm sure a lot of folks at home saw their parents or their grandparents, or maybe they do this at home. They wash their chicken or wash their poultry or wash their turkey. Explain why that should not be happening.
Absolutely. And I might disappoint a lot of your viewers here too, so I know this is kind of against the grain, I think a lot of times, but so just the latest science, the latest data shows that when you have raw chicken and you've got it under running water in your home kitchen sink, of course, things are going to splash, right? And so you're actually going to increase the risk of cross-contaminating salmonella, bacteria from this raw chicken, just from splashing onto other countertop surfaces and whatnot. So not to mention, you've got a sink full of raw chicken juice per se on top of that. So it's, against kind of the common notion, it's actually best practice to just take the chicken out. If you do want to, use a paper to put it on a plate and pat it dry with a paper towel to kind of make you feel better, that's certainly fine too. Just put the plate in the dishwasher, of course, too, right after you use it. But ideally, it's really best not to wash a chicken.
Okay. All right. This next question is, how long are canned goods truly good for? As a kid, we thought they were good forever.
Yeah, that's a great question too. So canned goods, technically, so the dates that you see on a lot of those products, canned goods, they're actually not expiration dates. Same thing with like salad dressing. They're not expiration dates. It doesn't mean they expire. It doesn't mean they're going to make you sick past that day. What that date is, it's put on by the manufacturer as an estimation of quality. So they're estimating it's going to be peak quality up until this date. So, you can eat canned goods, past those dates too. And it really comes down to a quality issue for the most part. Now with canned goods too, you do want to look for kind of the obvious signs is the can swelling. We don't use them. Something's growing in there. We don't want to let that. Right, pretty common sense there. If something's leaking, right, out of the can, that kind of thing too, well then we don't want to take a risk in that regard. But if it's whole intact, it really comes down to just kind of eating or using it before it starts to not taste as good again too.
Okay, all right.